Well, students, there was an interruption in my video recording. So anyway, I was explaining about canal system, and in this canal system, what have I explained? That through ostia, water will enter into the canals. From the canals, water will enter where? Into the spongiocele, and from the spongiocele, water will come out through the osculum. Okay, so that I have explained with the help of the diagram. So all these together, ostia, canals, spongiocele and osculum, all these together constitute what? Constitutes the canal system. Okay, all these together constitutes the canal system. So this is very important. তোমালোকে মনত ৰাখিবা সেই অষ্টিয়া দি পানীটো সোমাব, তাৰপিছত পানীটো কেনেলৰ ভিতৰত সোমাই স্পঞ্জচিলত সোমাই যাব, স্পঞ্জচিলত ঘূৰিব, পানীটো ঘূৰি মেলি এক্সচেঞ্জ হ'ব, যিখিনি অক্সিজেন ল'বলগীয়া আছে এক্সচেঞ্জ অক্সিজেন লৈ কাৰ্বন ডাই অক্সাইডটো ওলাই দিব, খাদ্যবস্তু যিখিনি আছে খাদ্যবস্তুটো লৈ যিখিনি ৱেষ্ট প্ৰডিউচ হয় সেইখিনি ওলাই দিব স্পঞ্জচিলৰ ভিতৰত, তাৰপিছত পানীটো বেয়া হৈ যাব আৰু সেই পানীটো অস্কুলামৰ দ্বাৰা ওলাই আহিব। চ' এই গোটেই ছিষ্টেম অষ্টিয়া, কেনেল, স্পঞ্জচিল আৰু অস্কুলাম টুগেডাৰ কি কোৱা হয়? কনষ্টিটিউট কৰা হয় canal system বুলি কোৱা হয়। Okay, so this is about the canal system. Now this is the central cavity. Now what is this central cavity known as? I have already explained. It is known as a spongiocele. It is known as a spongiocele. Okay, or it is also known as what? Paragastric cavity. So paragastric cavity. It is known as paragastric cavity. Okay, now this paragastric cavity, it is lined by special cells. Now look at the cells that I have drawn here. Ciliated cells are there. They have what? Not cilia, sorry, flagellated cells are there. Now these flagellated cells, they are known as what? Now look at this I have given a small bracket here, and this constitutes what? These cells constitute choanocyte cells. They are also known as what? Collar cells. Okay, so from here you may get a question that name the special cells that are present in the wall of the spongiocele of porifera animals, or in the wall of the spongiocele of sponges. So what you are going to write? So what are these special cells known as? So all these cells having flagella, what have I written here? You see, what cells are these? They are choanocyte cells, also known as the collar cells. Okay, so one of the most important and another important character is what? The spongiocele is lined by choanocyte cells or collar cells. These are special cells. So spongiocele ভিতৰতে কিছু special cells আছে, এইবিলাক cells flagella আছে, আৰু এই special cells কি বুলি কোৱা হয়? এই যে এইবিলাক চোৱা, ভালকে চোৱা, এই যে এইবিলাক cells, এইবিলাকক কি বুলি কোৱা হয়? এইবিলাকক choanocyte cells বুলি কোৱা হয় বা collar cells বুলি কোৱা হয়। Okay, and moreover in the body wall, so this is the body wall, this gap that I have drawn, this constitutes the body wall. In the body wall there are many spicules. Spicules মানে কি কাইটৰ নিচিনা বস্তু আছে, and they constitute the skeleton. So they constitute the skeleton of the sponges. So বহুত ধৰণৰ spicules আছে. There are different kinds of spicules present, like calcareous spicules, siliceous spicules, spongin fibers. So all these are the structures that are present in the body wall of the sponge. Okay, so they are present in the body wall of the sponge, and these constitute what? These constitute the skeleton of the sponge. Okay, now the next point is that the digestion is intracellular. Digestion is intracellular. Now what do you mean by intracellular digestion? So intracellular digestion. What is the meaning of intracellular digestion? Now when the digestion will take place inside the cell, so when digestion will take place inside the cells, then that kind of digestion, it is known as what? Intracellular digestion. Okay, so sponges, they do not have any tissues, they do not have organs, they have only cells present loosely attached with one another. So whatever digestion that will take place will be what? It will be inside the cells, and that kind of digestion is known as what? Intracellular digestion. Okay, so remember, intracellular digestion, it is a digestion that takes place inside the cell. স্পঞ্জৰ যিখিনি পাচন ক্ৰিয়াটো হয় সেই পাচন ক্ৰিয়াটোৰ নামটো কি? ইন্ট্ৰাচেলুলাৰ ডাইজেশ্যন বুলি কোৱা হয়, কাৰণ এই ধৰণৰ পাচনটো ক'ত হ'ব? চেলৰ ভিতৰত হ'ব, চেলৰ ভিতৰতে হয়, সেইকাৰণে ডাইজেশ্যনটোৰ নামটো কি? পাচনটোৰ নাম কি? ইন্ট্ৰাচেলুলাৰ ডাইজেশ্যন. Okay, another important point is that they are hermaphrodite animals. Hermaphrodite animals. Now what do you mean by hermaphrodite animals? Hermaphrodite animals are the animals when both the sex organs are present in the same animal. So both the sex organs, that is the male sex organs, the female sex organs, are present in the same individual, then that kind of animal, it is called what? Herme, H-E-R-M-A, hermaphrodite, P-H-R-O-D-I-T-E, hermaphrodite animal. Okay, so they are hermaphrodite animals. So both the sperms and the eggs, they will be produced in the same animal, in the same individual, in the same body. Both the sperms as well as the eggs will be produced. Okay, now what kind of reproduction takes place in the animal? In sponges. So in sponges, two kinds of reproduction takes place. And what are the two kinds of reproduction? One is asexual reproduction and the other one is the sexual reproduction. So two kinds of reproduction takes place in the body of the sponge. One is asexual reproduction and the other one is the sexual reproduction. Now asexual reproduction, this will take place by budding, and the sexual reproduction, this will take place with the help of the gametes. It will take place with the help of the gametes. Okay, and the fertilization is internal. Fertilization will take place inside the body of the animal, so fertilization is internal. And another important point is that the development of the animal is indirect. Why the development is indirect? Because they have a larval stage. So as because they have a larval stage, so fertilization is indirect, and they have a great power of regeneration. What is the meaning of regeneration? Great power of regeneration, it means what? When a body of the sponge will be cut into many pieces, then each of the piece can grow again into a new sponge. Each of the piece can grow into a new sponge. So this is called regeneration. So sponges, they have what? They have a power of regeneration. Is it clear? So some new terms you have studied. What do you mean by hermaphrodite animals? So sponges are hermaphrodite animals. Both the sex organs are present in the same individual. How do they reproduce? They reproduce with the help of asexual reproduction as well as sexual reproduction. Asexually, they reproduce by budding or by fragmentation, and sexually they reproduce by what? They reproduce by gametes. Okay, so these points you remember, and they have what? They have a power of regeneration. Okay, now in your book the examples are given, and you study all those examples from the book. Okay, now let me start with the second phylum. And what is that second phylum? It is Cnidaria. So second phylum is Cnidaria. Now Cnidaria animals, the old name of the Cnidaria, it is Coelenterata, Coelenterata. So remember the name. What is the old name of Cnidaria? The old name of Cnidaria is Coelenterata. Okay. Now these cnidarian animals, they are mostly what animals? They are marine animals. They are marine animals. সাগৰত থকা কিছু fresh water থাকে. Okay, so mainly সাগৰত থাকে কিন্তু কিছু fresh water to থাকে. So some, mostly they are marine and some live in the fresh water. Okay, so they are solitary animals. They are solitary animals, or they may be colonial. Already you know what is the solitary animal. Solitary, living alone, or they may live in colony. So they may live alone or they may live in colony. Okay, so you know, living alone, solitary, and living together, it is called colony. অকলে যদি থাকে solitary বুলি কোৱা হয়, কিন্তু একেলগতে গ্ৰুপত যদি থাকে colony বুলি কোৱা হয়. So they may be solitary or colonial, and moreover they may be sedentary or they may be free swimming animal. তো দুই ধৰণৰ আছে নাইডেৰিয়া এনিমেলছ. লাষ্ট ক্লাছ আমি কি লাষ্টৰটো আমি পঢ়িছোঁ পৰিফেৰাত কি পঢ়িছোঁ? পৰিফেৰা sedentary animals, they are fixed, they cannot move. Okay, but in cnidaria animals you'll find that there are two kinds of animals present in cnidaria. One group, they are attached. Look at this. This is an example of hydra. This is attached, it cannot move. Okay, so this will be what? This will be sedentary, attached. And another group you'll find, you have heard the name of jellyfish. So jellyfish is like this. You'll find it is an umbrella shape, like this. It is an umbrella shape, and these are the tentacles present. So this is a jellyfish. So this jellyfish is what? It is a free swimming animal. This is hydra. This is sedentary animal, it cannot move, it is attached to an object. But the jellyfish, it is what? It is a free swimming animal. It can easily swim, it can move from one place to another place. Okay, so cnidaria animals দুবিধ আছে. একবিধ যেটো attach হৈ থাকে, যেটো sedentary বুলি কোৱা হয়. আনবিধ আছে যেটো সাঁতুৰিব জানে, লৰচৰ কৰিব পাৰে, এক ঠাইৰ পৰা আন ঠাইলৈ যাব পাৰে, পানীত সাঁতুৰিব পাৰে. চ' সেইবিলাক এনিমেলছ, যেনে জেলিফিছ, তোমালোকে নাম শুনিছা জেলিফিছ, আৰু এই জেলিফিছটো কি? ফ্ৰী চুইমিং নাইডেৰিয়া এনিমেলছ. কিন্তু হাইড্ৰাটো কি হ'ব? sedentary cnidaria animals. Okay, now the next point is that they are diploblastic. You know what is the meaning of diplo? Just look at this diagram that I have drawn. So they have two layers of cells present. The outer layer known as what? Ectoderm, and the inner layer, this blue color one, this is known as the endoderm. And moreover, though I have not drawn here, in between the ectoderm and endoderm, what is there present? There is mesoglia present, though I have not drawn here. So you just remember that what kind of animals are the cnidarian animals? They are diploblastic animals. What kind of organization they have? They have a diploblastic organization. Okay, and they have radial symmetry, and moreover they have tissue level of organization. Okay, so let me repeat this point. First I will say they have a tissue level of organization, they have diploblastic organization, and moreover they are radially symmetrical animals. Okay, so diploblastic animal hoy সিহঁতৰ tissue level of organization আছে, আৰু কি আছে? radial symmetry to আছে. Okay, so already I have told that their body wall consists of two layers of cells. Outer wall is the ectoderm and the inner wall is the endoderm. Okay, now this inner layer, that is the endoderm, now this inner layer is a nutritive, and it is a nutritive layer. So usually it is said as a nutritive layer. Okay, and this endoderm, it encloses a cavity. So there is a cavity present within the endoderm, and this cavity, it is called cylindron or gastrovascular cavity. So inside the body of the cnidarian animal, there is a cavity present. The name of the cavity is what? Cylindron. It is also known as a gastrovascular cavity. Okay, now body এই cnidarian animalsৰ ভিতৰত এটা cavity আছে, আৰু এই cavityটোৰ নাম কি? cavityটোৰ নাম হৈছে gastrovascular cavity বুলি কোৱা হয়, বা cylindron বুলি কোৱা হয়. and it is enclosed by what? It is enclosed by the endoderm. Okay, then they have a blind sac body plan. Tomorrow body plan I have already explained to you all about the body plan. So how many types of body plans are there? 3 kinds are there. And what are they? They are cell aggregate plan, blind sac plan, and the other one tube within a tube plan. Okay, now Cnidarian animals, they have what kind of body plan? They have a blind sac body plan. Now look at this. This coelenteron is nothing but an alimentary canal. It is called gastrovascular cavity, and this an alimentary canal, it is blind. It is a sac-like structure having only one opening, and at the bottom you will find it is closed. It does not have any opening at the bottom, but towards the upper side there is an opening present. Okay, so there is an opening present. So as because this alimentary canal is blind, it is blind having only one opening, it is a blind sac. So for this reason, the kind of body construction is what? It is blind sac body plan. So Cnidarian animal or jitu body construction hitu blind sac body plan buli koa hoy, karon yar jitu alimentary canal, ei je coelenteron jitu coelenteron to alimentary canal, coelenteron to alimentary canal jitu gastrovascular cavity buli koa hoy. Okay, so ei coelenteron upor pine khula opening eta ase kintu tolor pine bondho. যেহেতু এলিমেণ্টাৰী কেনেলৰ এটা ওপেনিং আছে, এনে ধৰণৰ ষ্ট্ৰাকচাৰটো কি বুলি কোৱা হয়? ইট ইজ নোন এজ এ ব্লাইণ্ড চেক বডি প্লেন. Okay, so through the same the opening that is present at the top, it is called hypostome. It is the mouth. Okay, and through the hypostome the food material will enter into the body of hydra, and again through the hypostome the waste product will come out of the body. Okay, so through the hypostome the food materials, water, whatever things that are present, they will enter into the body of the sponge, not sponge, sorry, Cnidarian animal, and then they will circulate, and waste products that will be produced inside, they will come out to the same opening to the outside. So the body wall, so both the body wall, this is the body wall, this is the body wall, so body wall as well as tentacles. So these the Cnidarian animals, they have finger-like structures, and these finger-like structures, they are known as what? They are known as a tentacle. Just look at this one, this as a jellyfish. This jellyfish also has what? Tentacles present. Now in the body wall as well as in the tentacles, there are what's present? Special cells present, and those special cells, they are known as what? They are known as the stinging cells. S-T-I-N-G, stinging cells. So they are called stinging cells. So there are specialized cells present in the tentacles and in the body wall of the Cnidarian animals. And what are these special cells known as? They are known as the stinging cells. Okay, now this stinging cells that are present, they help the Cnidarian animals to protect from their enemies. So body wall and the tentacles are provided with what? With the stinging cells, and these stinging cells are called what? Cnidoblast. C-N-I-D-O-B-L-A-S-T-S. So very important. What are cnidoblast? You may get a question. So what are cnidoblast? So cnidoblast are what? Stinging cells. And what they do, they help in defending the body, they help in protecting the body. So they help in defense, offense, and anchorage. So 3 functions are there: defense, offense as well as anchorage. Defense, they protect from their enemies. Offense, if any enemies comes, so they have the stinging cells. So these stinging cells are what? They are poisonous cells. So automatically what will happen? The enemies will get hurt, so they can protect their body from the enemies. And moreover, the stinging cells also help in what? They help in anchorage of the body. They help in getting attached to an object. So anchorage means what? Anchorage means getting attached to something. That is called anchorage. Okay, now digestion. So what have we studied about the porifera animals? We have studied that the porifera animals, they have cellular digestion. That means what? When the digestion will take place inside the cells, then that kind of digestion is called what? Intracellular digestion. Okay, but the cnidarian animals, they have what kind of digestion? They have both intracellular as well as extracellular digestion. They have intracellular as well as extracellular digestion. Now what is intracellular, that you know. Intracellular মানে কি হেতু জানা তোমালোকে? Intracellular মানে যেতিয়া সেলৰ ভিতৰত ডাইজেশন হ'ব হেতুক intracellular digestion বুলি কোৱা হয়. And what is extracellular digestion? যেতিয়া ডাইজেশনটো সেলৰ বাহিৰত হ'ব. When the digestion will take place outside the cell, then that kind of digestion, it is called what? It is called the extracellular digestion. So remember that digestion that takes place, it is what kind of digestion? It is extracellular digestion as well as the intracellular digestion. Okay, now another important point is that the cnidarian animals, they exist in two forms. They exist in two forms, and the two forms are polyp and the second one is medusa. Okay, now look at the polyp and medusa properly. The polyp, cylindrical in shape, it will be attached to an object. It will be attached to an object. Okay, and medusa, you'll find it will be umbrella shape and it will be free swimming. Already explained here, like hydra. Hydra is a polyp, whereas the jellyfish is what? It is a medusa. Okay, so the animals exist, the cnidarian animals, they exist in two different forms, and the two different forms are what? Polyp and medusa. This is medusa, umbrella shape, and this is cylindrical, attached to an object, will be polyp. Okay, so polyp is cylindrical, it is sessile, it cannot move, it is fixed, while medusa is umbrella shaped and it is free swimming. So I hope you have understood about this. Example of polyp is hydra. Another example let me give, it is called Adamsia. You look through your book, you will find out the some diagrams are there. So there is Adamsia, hydra. So Adamsia and hydra, they are what? They are polyps, whereas jellyfish, okay, Aurelia, jellyfish, Aurelia, they are what? They are the medusae or medusa. Okay, now another important point is what? That the animals, they exhibit polymorphism. Polymorphism.